know.
Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Fair Weather Podcast. Your boy 2K Suave. I'm joined with Mr. Alex Rodriguez, Mr. AROD himself. I am currently going through a mental crisis. He's talked me off the ledge 30 times in the last 30 minutes, but I'm here. I am here. If you're watching the show, how the ogre Shrek looks like on my shirt, that's my mood right now. I'm just lost. I'm confused, but we here. What's up, Rod?
Well, I have to save my ass.
Yo, first of all, that movie came out, 2002, 2001, 2002? Bro, the shit that they were saying in that movie, bro, like, you watch it as an adult, you're like, yo, how the fuck did they get away with this shit?
It's so good. It's so good.
I didn't get away with this shit.
About to get a fifth one now, I think. I think it's a fifth one or a sixth one we're on now.
Are they really?
Mm-hmm.
It's like his family or some shit.
I don't know. They just keep them going. Keep them
It's
going.
gonna take place. Is it still Michael Myers?
It has to be, yeah. Michael Myers, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie's. I feel like Eddie's has been active again. Like I like to see Eddie active in movies and shit again.
Eddie was good. Last one he did was, what was it? The new Beverly Hills Cop movie. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Good. I enjoyed it. Even though like I didn't really. So the first few that came out, I ain't gonna lie, that was my dad's shit. I had to just like, I had to do like a quick recap on all of them before I watched the new one. Cause I'm like, I don't really know shit about this. This is my dad's era.
And I love that. When I was a kid, I used to piss my pants laughing at that all the time with my dad.
I watched Boomerang.
I'm showing my age now. Look at that.
Hey, I was watching. You know, the first rated R movie I ever watched was Mo Money with David Wayans.
Mo Money.
Mo Money. It was David Wayans and I forgot who the other was in that movie. And then when I went to the movies, the first rated R movie I watched in theater was Enemy of the State with Will Smith and
Gene Hackman.
That movie was fantastic. To this day, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. So yeah, shout out to Eddie Murphy and Will.
You know what my first rated R movie was He Got Game.
Word. Okay. I'm trying to think. I don't think my parents would have let me watch that movie on purpose.
I was like, it's a basketball movie. And they were like, go ahead.
Yeah, but
I was like, damn titties.
Right.
I was like, damn titties, Ray Allen.
It's snowing. If it ain't snowing, I ain't going. At that point, I watched that movie like, damn, I want to go to college too. I didn't be good at this basketball shit. But yeah, I mean, might as well just get into this crazy, wacky, funny shit. What you got?
The Jets fire the GM now.
We can't talk about the Jets yet because that's going to be the first topic.
Thing. I've been waiting.
That's the first topic of our NFL topic is
I got my talking points. I got my talking points. So
all right.
Crazy thing is we've cleaned out the entire house during the NFL season. And I've gone down a rabbit hole on this thing, man.
Oh, I'm happy you did because I was like, I want to go through this Joe Douglas rabbit hole. I want to go through all the story. You know, when Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and Robert Kraft was going through their shit, they was winning though. But like, they had 20 years of like the end, right? Like, when they got to the end, it got real messy, and they had like this whole Sports Illustrated article about it. This dude wrote a book about it. And that's with them winning. Can you imagine the team that's losing? This kind of shit that's going on in that environment. Look at Washington, the football team, Commanders, Redskins, whatever they are. They were shit, piss poor organization for a long time. They got rid of him, and literally less than a year later, they look like a well-functioning oil machine. It's crazy. It's crazy, but
it's one season, but it's going up. Going up.
We'll get to the Jets. I got two. First and foremost, I just want to give a huge shout out to Jermaine Cole. Jermaine Cole. He blessed us. I'm an Apple Music person. I don't know what streaming you use.
Music all day.
He put the cover on Apple Music, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So all the bullshit of me trying to talk myself off a ledge, I know as soon as this episode is over, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna listen to J. Cole. And it's crazy. Look at the discography. That shit came out in 2007. It's fucking 17 years ago.
That was a year after I graduated high school.
That is insane. And he came to USF 2010, I think it was. And at that point, I was still like kind of new to this shit. I was like, I don't really know him like that. So like I remember going on YouTube, I listened to the come up, the warm up, all this shit. I was like, oh yeah, this is my new favorite rapper. Like instant. It was like an instant love at first sight.
I remember what was the first album? It was what was the first album that he put out?
Like actual album?
Yeah, actual album.
Sideline Story.
Sideline Story. The one with Nice Watch. That one.
Yeah, Sideline Story.
Sideline Story. So I remember where I went to go that day to buy it. I could not find it anywhere, and I had to go to the Best Buy that I don't think it's there anymore. The one that's on like north of on Bruceby Downs. You know what I'm talking about?
Best Buy north of Bruceby. It's been a minute. North on Bruceby Downs.
Like you're going north, like
close to in vicinity of what? Because I'm good with landmarks.
Like you go under the overpass that's there. You go past Tampa Palms, go under the overpass, and it's on the left-hand side if you're going north.
Find out there no more.
Anyways, it was like nothing out there at the time, not as communities and shit.
Cold World, the Sideline Story.
Yeah, so I bought the album, and I remember I put it in my car, and at this time, like J. Cole was getting buzzed, but he wasn't like big. But bro, every red light I pulled up to, somebody was like, "Yo, that's a new J. Cole." I was like, "Oh man, everyone's on this shit now."
I'm a window down type of guy, so you're gonna hear what I'm listening to. Till this day, I'll be driving through Bayshore every day to work, windows fucking down, listening to Mystical, listening to Juvenile, Jay-Z. I'm listening to like crazy shit on Bayshore because I want y'all to know I'm driving through your shit. I walk in your shit. I walk into your trap, take over your trap. So, but I'm still be respectful about it. But yeah, I just want to give a huge shout out to Jermaine for blessing us with the come up. So yes, perfect. Second, we just got to get right to it. We got to talk about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. I want to talk about that night.
Because you know, I like this 8-year-old man.
You know, I like to set the stage up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a romantic. I like to set the stage up. You know what I'm saying? Like put the rose petals out. Anyway, it's Friday night. Have a long day at work. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, whatever. I'm gonna get home. You know, I work from home on Friday actually because we got a new couch on Friday delivered. So we got a new couch. Long day at work, but it is what it is. Clocked out. Went to Green Iguana. Why I go to Green Iguana for? I don't know. I ate nachos. My stomach was instantly like boo full. I was like, you stupid ass. What are you doing, bro? Anyway, I get home. I turn on Netflix. And I'm like, all right, let's get this shit going, right? Every fucking 5 seconds. Buffer. I'm like,
I didn't watch it on Netflix.
I was like, oh shit, this is a problem. This is a problem because we're not even at the main event yet. And we buffer. And I go on social media. I'm like, I gotta make sure I'm not the problem. I ain't like, and it's like everybody buffer. I'm like, all right, good. Cause I'm like, yo, I know my internet ain't that bad, bro. So buffer the whole time. And long story short, we get to the fight. Before the fight, we got Mike Tyson's ass cheeks just all up in the screen. We got Logan Paul's friend shit on Jake Paul, his new body spray or whatever, coming out in a lowrider. We got Jerry Jones bum ass, can't get shit right at Cowboy Stadium. I blamed him for all the buffering. I'm like, you don't even know how to get your shit right for a boxing fight. Like, what are you doing? And we get to the actual fight. I see Jake Paul, you know, obviously he's, you know, 20, what is it, 27, some shit like that? Young buck. He's, you know, he's feeling himself in a little low rider, gets into the ring. That's all right, cool. Comes out to I can feel it coming. Cool. I like the little subtle jab, you know, Mike Tyson hangover. Perfect, right? I'm like, all right, cool. All right, we're gonna get some Tyson, we're gonna get some DMX, we're gonna get all that. What we gonna get? And I see the man walking out. I'm like, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, when he used to walk out, yo, skin used to tingle because that man was scary as shit. Dog. Like, you could tell he's in to kill somebody, right? He's walking out this time. I'm like, oh damn, Grandpa, turn around, turn your ass around. He got copper fit knee brace on. He's like he stumbled a little bit when he got into the ring. He looked old. It broke my heart the moment I saw him walk out of that tunnel. I said, oh shit, I forgot. This is not the Mike that I grew up on boxing. My grandfather, God rest his soul, is the reason why I love boxing. And when I was a kid in the 90s, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, like it was George Foreman when he came back. It was always a spectacle. And to see this old man walk, and then they passed the torch to a lot of like the lighter weight people, like Floyd Mayweather and Oscar, and it was like okay. And then boxing has been like in the shitter for about 10 years now, right? And for me to be that disappointed about basically a free fight, because I mean we paid for Netflix monthly, which is it's like you didn't have to pay $80 to watch the fight. For me to be that bad and then that sad at the end of the night, I'm like, this is what boxing has become. So I wanted to give a quick good, bad, and ugly of this whole situation. Start with the good. For as much shit that I want to give Jake Paul, because he hasn't fought a boxer, he's annoying, right? But what I can say, he is willing to. He showed boxing that you don't have to go through Don King. You got to go through Golden Boy ENT and all the other politics that come with boxing. He showed Floyd Mayweather gave the blueprint. Conor McGregor gave the blueprint in UFC, and Jake Paul, for his non-boxing ass, has made us want to watch him get knocked out. And that's what you're supposed to do as a boxer. The reason why Floyd Mayweather was able to sell fights, as boring as his fights were, because all it was defense, a lot of people wanted to see Floyd Mayweather get knocked out. And in me, as a Floyd fan, I wanted to see him keep his undefeated streak alive, right? So fast forward to Jake Paul, he's trying to help boxing. Is he the poster child that I want to see as the person that helps boxing? Absolutely not, because he's not a boxer. I would like to see Canelo go in there and whoop his ass. I would like to see Tank go in there and whoop his ass. I would like to see Ryan fucking Garcia go in there and his crazy ass whoop his ass. I'm trying to see a real boxer whoop his ass. But this is what we got. And the undercards, you get to see other real boxers before you watch his exhibition. I got to watch the ladies duke it out. This chick had the eye gash from here all the way from Las Vegas to Dallas all the way to Frisco all the way to Houston. That gash was so deep. So like you got to see some boxing. So that's the good, is what he's done to at least bring eyes onto boxing. Now the bad was Netflix did not know what the hell to do with this whole shit. And we got Christmas games coming up on in the NFL. The NFL's already reached out to, and Netflix like, yo, cool. The exhibition shit, y'all fucked up, whatever. We are not Jake Paul. We are the NFL. we are. Remember we talked about like FIFA, right? Coming to the US. We talked about what Conor Ball did in Miami and shit, and the turf in MetLife Stadium. When FIFA gets involved, it's like, oh yeah, we ain't gonna, we're FIFA. We're not Conor Ball. We're not all these other little stupid little bullshits. We're FIFA. So to me, the NFL is gonna have to make sure that this shit is rectified within a month. Beyonce is performing on Christmas. Like, come on, bro. Like Beyonce about to give y'all free concerts. And then the ugly, like I mentioned, Mike Tyson just, I'm happy he made his bread, $20 million to not get knocked out. But I would have actually cried if Jake Paul would have knocked this man out. And I got to give another shout out to Jake Paul because he wasn't trying to knock him out. So I think Jake Paul means well. I just wish he wasn't the person that was trying to make this shit work. But you got to start from somewhere. So along with it, I know, but I just wanted to, as a boxing purist, I wanted to kind of give my perspective on what we got going on in the boxing world. Now, what was your take just overall on the whole shit? I know you put those down a lot, but just your overall take on that whole spectacle that was Friday Night Lights in Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
He's beating on his elders, man. Like, the fuck out of here. He beat up an old man. Who cares?
He got the old man paid $20 million.
He did, but
he didn't have to do that.
We didn't have to watch that either.
He didn't have to make him 20 mil.
People are like, the way that we absorb anything is ridiculous. Like, people are saying, "Oh, Tyson's gonna knock him out." I was like, you do realize Mike Tyson like had a stroke a couple months ago, and this could not happen.
Blood clots.
Yeah. So this was all stupid. Like, it's Jake Paul is the WWE of boxing. That is what he is. He is literally putting on a show for you each time to watch, to hope that he gets knocked out. And he's not going to get knocked out until he fights a real boxer. When we saw him fight a real boxer in Tommy Fury, for him to be on a level to fight and go for titles and belts and move up, couldn't cut it.
But keep in mind, Tommy Fury is not even like that. He's not like his daddy. I mean,
he's not like that, but he's cut from a breed that knows how to box.
Is Tyson his brother or his cousin or his uncle?
That's his brother.
Brother, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, his brother, okay.
That's his brother. So, and Tyson ain't that old, bro. Tyson's like 36, I think, and he looks like he's damn near 42.
So he walk around like he got a soul of a 55-year-old dude.
Yeah, he do.
I said he got the soul of a 6'4" dude.
but that fight, it was pathetic. It was pathetic to watch. It's for you, like, this whole thing that Jake Paul has done. I'll give him the credit to making boxing kind of relevant again, because boxers are divas. They are, like, they don't want to fight the guys they should fight. They hold out on it until the promotion can get a hold of it and make it a big fight. But it's all these influencers and YouTube specialists that are coming out and they're wanting to fight, and people watch that shit and they want to see it. And that's all Jake Paul is he's an influencer. He's a YouTube guy. I can't stand the guy.
Give him credit, though. Huh? You gotta give him the credit.
Fuck him. No, I don't give him any credit. He has no
credit. He's parlayed his career into a world that we never even thought was even possible.
I don't care. I hate watching anything with him. I think he's a joke. I think he fights what's in his means, and then on top of that, he pays them to lose.
I know.
Like, so many things that you watch.
Did you watch the fight though?
I watched the fight.
Exactly. And why did you watch the fight? Because you want to see his ass get knocked out. No matter what, deep down, we all watch this fight for the same reason.
I didn't watch it to watch him get knocked out. Mike Tyson is 58. Mike Tyson is a shell of himself. Mike Tyson should be sitting ringside every time, getting cheers, being praised, but I'm sure Mike Tyson is also hurting for money. I'm sure there's a lot of things that we don't know is going on with Mike Tyson. Within the next few days, we'll probably see what's going on, because I remember one time the motherfucker was bankrupt and he needed money. That's why he did the fight with Roy Jones. Then he tried to do his own promotion company. That didn't work so well for him. So I think with Mike,
that didn't work out either.
Yeah, so he tried a comedy gig. That shit didn't work out either. You want to see me tell some jokes? If you make fun of me, bitch, I come over and bite your ear off. I want to hear that shit, Mike.
He got a biting fixation.
Yeah. So Mike, I love Mike to death, man. He'll be one of my favorite boxers, and I think one of the greatest stories in American history of turn around to be the most hated human in all of America, to be the most lovable person in the world, because the guy's got a crazy story. But I mean, it's almost like grotesque to watch a 58-year-old man go against a 27-year-old.
Oh yeah, disgusting.
It's
diabolical, like the kids say.
Like, who's Jake Paul gonna fight next? The dead corpse of Muhammad Ali? Is that what he's gonna fight next? Like,
nah. But you see what he did. Now everybody want that action now. Like, you know what? Fuck that. Somebody wants to knock him out, and Jake Paul gonna be like, all right, now I want Canelo to knock him out. That's what I personally want. I want Canelo to knock him out in the first 35 seconds of a fight. Now, who would be the bigger draw? Be honest. Canelo Alvarez or Jake Paul? Be honest. Who's going to be the bigger draw? If that was
it would be Jake Paul, because
that's crazy.
Because these idiot kids. But I'm a purist. I'm a purist in this. I want to watch a real boxer fight. When Canelo lost to beat Traval or whatever his name is, the Russian dude that looks Chinese or whatever, Like, he lost because he wasn't bad. He just went up a weight class, and the guy was 3 heads taller than him and had a longer reach. But Canelo just kept throwing punches, but he landed more than Canelo could. He couldn't land. He was too tall. So in this case, I just think it'd be stupid. It's like putting a tiger versus a rabbit, and the rabbit's got like graffiti on it, and you're like, oh yeah, the rabbit's cute. It's gonna win. No, it's not, man. It's not. But I also feel like Jake Paul manipulates the game of boxing too, because he's some kind of a celebrity in it, and he has to be protected. It's like watching The Rock lose. You don't want to watch The Rock lose. And this is the people's champ over here. They love this guy. They root for him.
I watched The Rock lose a lot though.
Huh?
The Rock lost a lot.
Rock did not lose. The Rock lost a lot towards the end of his career when they made him a bad guy because he was on the way out to do movies and stuff. And that was getting rid of him.
Listen, I studied the WWE.
I did too.
Losing is not always a bad thing. Like sometimes it helps to lose because then you can turn into a heel or turn into a babyface. Jake Paul is a heel, and he's like, think about it. Think about wrestling. I know we spending 20 minutes talking about this shit. It's crazy, but think about wrestling. Some of the greatest wrestlers of all time played heels their whole career.
Correct.
So Jake Paul is the heel of heels, and we all hate him. But again, we got to remember, it's just a character to me. Like Jake Paul is a character, and
I honestly think deep down Jake Paul thinks he's a boxer. I think he thinks he's a boxer, and
he trains. He does train.
I will give him that. I'll give him that credit. But why haven't you? But if you want to proclaim yourself a boxer, why haven't you fought a boxer? Why have you not? Why do you fight ones that have been on the couch for 30 years? Why do you fight ones that have been on the couch that have retired in the last 15 years? Why do you not fight someone that's around your size, your weight, and your age? It makes no sense to me. Yeah. Even the greats know when it's time to hang it up, except for Mike Tyson, obviously. But other than that, like, just let it be. Let sleeping dogs lie, man. Don't need to see that shit. And that was a waste. Like, everybody kept texting me, you watching this? I can't watch it on Netflix. I'm like, y'all are suckers. I'm watching it on crack streams right now.
Hey. We don't promote bootleggers.
Whatever, man. I can kill a bootlegger. I'll shoot a bootlegger.
Yeah. We watched it on Netflix, y'all. Don't worry.
I plead the fifth. But anyways, it was a waste of my time. And I really was literally playing FIFA while just...
But it was on. And there's a reason why it was on. Because you know how my wife described it? She said, it's like a car crash that you just cannot look away from. I was like, yeah. You can't look away. You got to rubberneck the whole way through.
So I remember going on Saturday nights to like Hooters or Wing House or something to watch the fights all the time, or to my friends' houses and stuff like that. When Pacquiao would fight, I'd go to my best friend's house and there'd be all these Filipino people in there and they'd have all this food and it'd be a time. Now it's hard for me to even get people to watch a fight. Like I have like 2 friends that like boxing, and I introduce them, and the 3 of us will go over to like one of each other's houses and we'll watch them there. But it's just like UFC's overtaken the sport, and UFC is running.
Yeah. So the model, whatever UFC is doing, that model is working. Like, I lived in Poinciana for a long time. This is where Miguel Cotto was coming up, and then Pacquiao was coming up. So I have Filipino friends and Puerto Rican friends. No, I used to be at people's houses all the time for these fights. So yeah, I remember. And then me, I have Floyd. I said, all right, so I got Floyd. So y'all got. I like Cotto too, though. I did like Cotto too.
I like Cotto.
And then like we didn't growing up in Poinciana, I didn't really know too many Mexican people, but it was always like a spectacle. Like we gotta Cotto versus a Mexican, we gotta go support Cotto. Floyd versus a Mexican, we gotta go support Floyd. So it's not boxing right now.
It's not the same. It's not pure anymore. And it's
celebrity deathmatch.
I have my favorite fighters now, and then even at that, they just look. The thing about boxing is like why UFC is so much better is because you're going bare knuckle and fucking people up in there. Someone's got to fall. Someone's gonna get knocked out, and they give you so many fights, and it's so quick. It's how we process information. They're quick fights. Boxing is drug out and it's long. It starts at like.
But you're frozen right now. So You froze for a little bit, but
It's just it goes
I
quicker.
mean, think about it.
We listen, hold on. The way we process information, it goes quicker with UFC. That's why we have short attention spans, and we're watching 3 rounds and probably like 14 fights, as opposed to 4 fights that go from 9 to midnight. And then you're expecting someone to get knocked out, and the reality is like they got to play defense, and then they got to hit. Somebody's gonna fall, but it may not happen. But that's just the pureness of the sport, and people don't respect or don't like that. They want to see a knockout. They want to see some gruesome shit, and that's why UFC is just more.
Yeah, but there's UFC fights that shit's on the mat the whole 15 minutes, or if it's a 5 round fight, the whole 25 minutes, where it's just wrestling on the floor. So it goes both ways. I just think the promotion of the UFC is just it's easier sell. Like they got their shit down to a T, whereas boxing, it's it's just like the promotion is not good anymore. Like it's just I don't know. So let's move on. Let's move on. While you're on your soliloquy on your on your high horse right now, we got to talk about the New York Jets, much to your chagrin. And the reason why is because about a month and a half ago, we talked about it was about a month and a half ago. Like, what's the issue going on in Philly? What's the issue going on in New York? For me, I said Sirianni and the head coach. Always say the head coach, GM, and the quarterback, right? For Philly, we talked about Sirianni and Jalen Hurts are not on the same page, blah, 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 right? And then for y'all, I was like, Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh, and Aaron Rodgers are on a complete different path. And their owner is on a complete different planet, right? So that whole lineage looked all kinds of fucked up. On a plane ride back from what was that? Germany or England, wherever y'all in Europe.
England.
On a plane ride back, Woody was like, "Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be there anymore, Robert," as if he was the problem. And it sounds like, I say fuck me for, right? And they replaced him with the defensive coordinator, and the defense got worse. So make sense. They still go and get Devontae Adams. They still go and they still feel. Look at the team on paper. You got talent. And then in the beginning of a bye week today, y'all go and fired. Was it today? Yesterday, whatever it was. Y'all go and fired Joe Douglas, former Philadelphia Eagle, assistant to the original manager, and now former general manager of the New York Jets. And you've gone down rabbit holes. I've certainly gone down rabbit holes trying to figure out what the hell happened, what the hell has been happening. I'm sure you're Mr. Beat Writer, and you're definitely going to be more invested in everything that's going on with the New York Jets. So I'm going to pass the floor to you, and I want you to just let it pour out, bro. Just let it out.
There's no pouring out. This is a poorly ran organization in which I've been preaching for so many years that gets my hopes up. You tell me, be happy with Joe Douglas. And I came around on the guy. Okay?
To his credit, he did not deserve to get fired right now because
he did not. Neither did Rob.
The only error to me, I don't know if to blame Joe Douglas, and I don't know who to blame, or Willie Johnson. But making Aaron Rodgers, empowering Aaron Rodgers to me was the only true error because they really got the right coach. They've been drafted well lately. Y'all got offensive and defensive player of the rookie of the year. Yeah, drafted Brees Hall. Y'all got Braylon Allen. Y'all went and got Devontae. He said, y'all want Devontae? Cool, I'll get you Devontae. Y'all want this? I'll get you that. Like, he went and did what he had to do. So, my bad. Go ahead.
So this is what I've been preaching for so many years. It is poor ownership of this team. And Woody Johnson needs to sell it because the way he dabbles with this team is ridiculous. He doesn't have like you say, it has to be the big three that are on the same page. The GM, the head coach, and the quarterback have to be on the same page. I got a feeling that at least 2 of those people are on the same page with shit. I got a feeling 2 of them more. But reading all of this shit that I've been reading and seeing about Woody Johnson and his antics, like it sickens me to my stomach because we have something great that looks good, but Woody is just trying to play he's trying to play Jerry Jones basically, and he can't be that. He can't. You about to get a job, bro. You about to be the ambassador for England again for Trump. So like, go do that shit. Get the fuck up out of here, man. So I've gone down a rabbit hole because like I've been paying close attention to Woody Johnson and his antics. He's been a lot more in the locker room and speaking to the team and saying what he wants. But like I said, I went down this rabbit hole and I've been seeing all this shit. And this is a long list of shit that he.
Let the people know. Let the people know.
So we'll start with first. He fired Robert Saleh October 8th without consulting anybody. Didn't consult Joe Douglas. Didn't consult any advisors. Did nothing. Just you're gone. You're done. Don't even speak to the team. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, which I think is very disrespectful. I think that is very disrespectful for a guy that put his heart and soul in, put together a good thing, had to endure with shit like you always do to this team. You either hire the wrong head coach, which was Adam Gase, and you finally get it right. You nail it with the guy, and you pin him to be the problem. Okay, whatever. He's gone. Since then, I want you to know 1-5 without Robert Saleh. 1-5. All right. So then the next thing was we're still in the off season, or we'll go back to the off season now. Bryce Huff's extension, he blocked that. He didn't want to do that. He said, you know what? He had a good season. Let's let him go. Well, that turned out well because he's not playing well for the Eagles. But you know what? I would have signed that guy. If you asked me that day, I would have signed him because you wouldn't have thought this was coming. We go to week 4 and Aaron Rodgers loses to the Denver Broncos. He says he wanted him benched. You're going to bench Aaron Rodgers? You're going to bench a legend. You're going to bench a legend that he needs to get benched. Okay? No. Okay, that's ridiculously stupid. All right? And at that same time, we're getting a lot of players back. People are ramping up. We're trying to get the offense understanding and on the same page and stuff. Next thing, Johnson nixed a Douglas trade offering for Lazard and a day 2 pick for Jerry Jeudy. Now, I would have loved that. Getting Jerry Jeudy on this team, now we've got young blood receivers again. That would have been good. But I don't know why. Aaron Rodgers must have said, hey, you can't get rid of my boy or I'm not going to play.
Are we sure, though? Because apparently Woody don't be consulting nobody. He don't get a flying fuck.
I don't know where Woody is. Woody is like so wishy-washy on everything. But Woody is the problem with everything. Next thing, micromanagement of Joe Douglas escalated after forcing Douglas to fire a close friend, Rex Hogan. I remember this too, and I was like, this is very weird that one of your assistant GMs is being fired, and he's like a guy that you heavily appointed to be there. Following the move, it's theorized, there's a whistleblower somewhere in the team saying that Douglas was saying, might as well just fire me now. So now he's writing his death warrant, and he's seeing the writing on the wall that, like, I'm getting axed next. I don't even want to be here anymore. If he's not going to listen to me, what the fuck am I doing here as a GM? You Jerry Jones and me, this makes no sense. Let's fast forward a little bit. Chad Alexander, Douglas's top advisor, another one I remember, left for the Chargers in the offseason. Johnson blocked Douglas from replacing him, further diminishing his authority. So now he has an advisor there that he was comfortable with, got a better job with the Chargers. By all means, advance in your career, grow. But to replace him with somebody else that you want, and your boss says you're not going to do that, okay. The Hassan Reddick saga, we saw that. Refused to negotiate with him. Refused to negotiate with him until he finally did and paid all of his dividends back to him that he incurred in fines. And by the way, Hassan Reddick this year is going to be gone. Tyron Smith and Mike Williams all ran by him. He wanted those two guys. He wanted them both. Now, Mike Williams is gone. Sayonara. I feel bad for Mike Williams. I don't think it was his fault. I think that's more Aaron Rodgers' fault and everybody trying to bow down to Aaron. And Tyron Smith, I mean, he's old. He's old. He's getting up there in age now. All right. It is what it is. Push for the Devontae Adams signing. Big time. Wanted that. Okay. Tony Adams, who's been a pretty good safety for us all year, wanted him benched against what the coaching staff was saying. Wanted him benched. Your owner is saying, I want that guy benched. Why does he want him benched? What does he know about football except for putting a good product on the field and watching his
What
dividends?
does he even know about football? Like, I don't know his background. So like, I don't know. Like, is he a good businessman? Like, what is his qualifications?
He's not a football guy. He's definitely a good business guy. I'll give him that. He wouldn't have all this money if it wasn't for it. But obviously, it's showing that he's not a good business guy because he can put a great product on the field and he can't control it. He cannot control it. And then the last thing we have is Aaron Rodgers is likely not returning to this team, and we will move on from him, is what things are saying. So now let's sum this all up. You've got Aaron Rodgers. He's your quarterback. He's the last of the three that is standing right now with a interim head coach who doesn't look like he knows what he's doing out there. You got an interim GM who's just a freaking puppet to the owner now. And now I feel like Woody's like slinging the big dick around saying like this is how it's going to go. I want this guy doing that. He needs to catch more touchdowns. We need to put more fans in the seats. We fucking hate this guy as Jets fans. We cannot stand him. I'm like over him, and I'm telling you right now, man, it smells like dog shit in New York. I have a gut feeling. I have a gut feeling that we nail these last few drafts, and these guys, in typical New York Jet fashion, are going to be gone quick, lightning quick. And
And
on
why would
top
they
of
want to
that,
be there at that point? It's like it's a rodeo. It's a mess. It's like a
so like you said, the New Orleans Saints next year have to nail the head coach hire. We're gonna have to nail that motherfucker. We're gonna have to nail that
I
motherfucker.
have to nail the GM too. And now it's lockstep. Because now it's about to be y'all need all three. Like, there's no worse feeling where you need a quarterback, GM, and a head coach. Like, that's a lot to ask for right away. It could work if you go the right direction, but y'all need because like look, no matter if Aaron Rodgers comes back next year or not, it doesn't matter. Y'all, he's 40. He's got a year left in his career, if that. So
Of those,
all three of those,
and you have Devonte Adams. And you think Devonte Adams is going to be happy there if Aaron Rodgers leaves?
he could be out in Las Vegas chilling. He could be out in the California in the sun, or he could be anywhere else. But he's cold in New York.
But do you seriously think he wants to be there knowing that Aaron Rodgers will probably not be there next year?
No, absolutely not.
This is the most gut-wrenching shit that I have to deal with and why I don't root for this team. And when everybody texts me, "Oh, how you feel as a Jets fan?" Like, dude, don't ask how I'm doing. Ask how's my health doing? What did I have for lunch? Don't ask me about the Jets. I tell you this all the time. And if it's to make fun of me, like I'm making fun of myself and the fan base. It's a hopeless group of people rooting for this shit that's never going to get better until Woody Johnson sells the team or, like you said, Jerry Jones. You know,
The way you're describing Woody Johnson, speaking of Jerry Jones, if you didn't put a name to it, I would think you're describing Jerry Jones. Stubborn old billionaire who just wants shit the way he wants shit. Can you close the curtains, Jerry? Why?
exactly.
Why would you close the curtains? You got shit falling through your roof. And
Turns around, ass cheeks out type shit. So, like,
crazy.
of the three guys that we had, Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh, and Aaron Rodgers, which one of those do you think had the biggest ego of the three of them?
Between Saleh, Douglas, and Aaron.
Aaron, for sure. Yeah. I feel like Saleh was just a puppet for them. Saleh was like the middle ground. That's my view of it. Like Saleh was just like
Saleh's a good human.
He's a great human. He's a great human, but he's like he doesn't want to put up with the shit. He's just like the middle ground that's like, all right, I'll change my tactics. I'll do this. I feel like him and Joe Douglas had a great working relationship. And I bet you one night they went out, had a couple drinks. I mean, if Saleh drinks, he's Muslim, but we don't know, you know. But had a good little time, and we're like, what if we can get Aaron Rodgers? And I feel like that was the problem when they decided to move that route. Because if Aaron wasn't here, as much as you laugh at me, if we had Derek Carr, I'm not saying we would have won 14 games, 13 games, but I wouldn't be dealing with this shitstorm. We'd be looking that'd be our bridge, looking for a quarterback.
Okay, but remember the Bucks.
Shit.
Remember the Bucks. We said they didn't call Tom Brady. Tom Brady called them. Don't you think it's the same thing with Rodgers? I feel like Rodgers called the Jets.
Oh, no. Aaron isn't the caliber of Tom Brady.
Aaron, not about the caliber, but like he's like, yo, y'all want me? Y'all look like y'all quarterback away.
I don't think so. I look at Joe Douglas, and Joe Douglas, I give you your credit, was a pretty good GM at getting shit done and getting good players, and putting together, trying to develop and put together a roster. Why he got fired before the dumb fucking New York Giants didn't get fired is amazing to me still, but
That's
I can't,
that's a mystery.
it's forever going to be a mystery. But I have a feeling that they called him and he was like, "Hey, thinking between you and this team, but here's what's going to have to happen. You're going to have to clear some cap space for my boys." And they caved to it. They caved to it. And the first thing they did was go get Nathaniel Hackett, who I have
digressed. The shit was fucked.
I digress from that shit. So if you look at this team and its imperfectionness right now, and its imperfection, where we lost a GM, a head coach, we're going to lose an offensive coordinator, most likely in that. Our defensive coordinator's gone too, which is fine. We're cleaning house with all of that. And we're going to lose a quarterback. So that's some big components that we're going to be losing there. And the guys that are there that are bleeding green for this team, they're just like holding their dick in their hands like, now what? What do we do now? Because it's losing by 1 point games. I can't do this anymore. KK, I can't do this. I'm about to say fly, Eagles, fly. I'm about to be flying. I'm about to root for Lamar. Like, I'm over this. I'm like legit done with this team.
I cannot wait to get to the NBA because I got to talk about the Philadelphia. We're doing another segment.
This is worse than the 76ers, bro. You can carve it up. You can do your thing, whatever.
Is it though?
Yes, it is, because you make the playoffs. You make the playoffs and give yourself the ability to compete.
What cost though? It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter. If we get to the playoffs and can compete, I would be happy with that. What do I tell you every year? Just win one more game the next year. And then when we got Aaron Rodgers, what did I come off my house? Like, we're gonna win 14 games.
14 games, bro. You would never live that. Yo, what's the crazier take? Mac Jones gonna be the top 5 quarterback, or
no, that's not crazy, bro. If you saw that roster, if you showed that roster to kids playing, if you put that entire team on and play it, damn well, man. So that's just me being an overzealous fan, which I will never be again. I don't care who they get. I don't care who they get on that team.
We fair weather, baby. We got to get back to that.
I'm telling you right now, I'm denouncing this team. I am truly denouncing this team. I am over it. I root for the players. I don't root for the fucking organization. I hate this organization with everything in my body.
Talk to them. Oh, I can't wait to talk about the Sixers.
I hate everything they do to these head coaches that they bring in outside of old crazy eyes. Like, everybody that they bring in is a great. Todd Bowles, great head coach. No reason for him to go. Rex Ryan, great head coach. No reason to go. And they take everything away from them. They give them shit, and it looks good. They're like, okay, we're gonna get cheaper. And then they Costco of this, the Costco version of this, the fucking Dollar Tree version of him, this and that. Like, it's all trash, man. They can't.
How long is homeboy on the team?
Since the late 90s, I believe. Since the late 90s, he came and bought it.
Even Bill Belichick was like,
nope, I don't.
He doesn't want to be there either. But even Bill Belichick was like, he can't stand. He clowns the Jets, bro, because like he even knew early on, that's a clown show, dog. That is a clown show. Much like the Sixers, but anyway, we'll get to the Sixers. Do you have anything you want to add to this? What are your expectations? Obviously, let's not talk about this season. You know, I try to give y'all some hope. There's really no hope. So
they beat the Colts, right? You said that last week? No, fuck no, they're not.
Y'all should have beat the Colts. Y'all should. There is no reason for this team to be
as heart. This team does not want to play, and they know damn well. Like, they respect the head coach. They respect Aldrich. They do. But he's not the guy. They know that. They know he's the defensive coordinator, not the head coach. They know Robert Saleh's the head coach, and they don't want to play for this guy, nor do they want to play for this fucking organization. Sauce Gardner missing tackles like that? The fuck out here. It's the best corner in the league.
No. Keyon Mitchell.
He's the best.
Are y'all ready to give Keyon Mitchell his fucking flowers? Every week, I always talk about, everybody's like, oh, I don't know. He been locking these motherfuckers up all year. Go look at the stats. Go look at PFF. Go look at Next Gen. Look at it all. Keon Mitchell is him. Best corner in the league.
I'm not here to talk about your team.
Holy Toledo.
Good for your draft. I don't give a shit. But I'm over this team. I don't root for them. I root for the players. Fuck that organization. I'm telling everybody right now, I hate football. If you're looking for Christmas gifts for me, if you give me a Jets thing, I'll be appreciative of it, but I would rather you not. Okay? I would rather you not give me anything Jets. All right? Just don't. Just none of that shit.
Speaking of gifts, I do gotta shout out the wife real quick. She got me this LeBron James little thing to put on the wall. This is when he made that shot to take over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time leading scorer. And I just want to give a shout out to LeBron James and to the wifey. And let's get off the Jets because
let's do it, man. Because I
got a good feeling. But you had these feelings about Dolan. I mean, maybe all you need is to put the right people around you at the end of the day.
Leon Rose has done something to James Dolan body because I have not seen him come on and play a saxophone once. Okay? So James Dolan might be dead for all. Leon Rose knows the mafia. He got some
AI running around.
Leon Rose is what I would like Joe Douglas to be. He's stronghold of organization. It was like, if you don't, there going to be some motherfuckers knocking at your door with some ice picks.
Fucking ice picks. Biggie talked about ice picks back in the day. I rest his soul. But anyway, let's move on. Let's go through some this is a quick recap of our picks.
You came out on top this week.
I just want to say, because I went back and listened, and the first two, the Steelers and the Saints, great. And in the last three,
the Steelers in Baltimore.
No, I'm talking about because I picked the Steelers and the Saints to win it. So those two, great. In those last three, I was like, maybe I should pick Seattle. Didn't pick Seattle. I said the Bills, they should. Didn't pick the Bills. And the Chargers, I'm like, they got it, but picked the Bengals. And, kudos to all those teams.
When you lock it in, you lock it in. That isn't. Stop falling back on what you do.
But my heart, all I know is that, what is it? My heart or my brain? Which one is right? My heart.
Tell you about the Buffalo. I said, my heart tells me Kansas City. My brain is telling me Buffalo's going to win this game.
Correct. But my heart has seen Patrick Mahomes do too much shit. And I can't pick against him. But
it's hard. But Josh Allen is sick of this shit. But he'll never beat him in the playoffs.
Hey, sometimes you need this psychological. Like, Patrick Mahomes has not played well this year.
No,
the Chiefs have not played well this year. This is a leaky faucet.
Say that at 8-0 is wild.
Which is crazy, right? But
or 8-1 now.
Let's start 9-1, right? Yeah. Either way, we got to start with the house of horrors that Lamar finds himself in every time he plays the Steelers. And
bro,
I knew you wanted to pick Mike Tomlin, but you sided with Lamar, and I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson with this shit. Listen, and I tweeted after the game. I said, I'm gonna help. I'm going to drive, not even fly. I'm gonna drive to Pittsburgh.
Don't even do that. Just get a Steelers jersey and put Tomlin on the back. No number. You know what? Tomlin.
You talk about. I want a gift. I want my gift to be a Mike Tomlin jersey and black horses.
Get the jail one. The jail one.
That's what I want, because Mike Tomlin, God, bro, I can't. It's like, to be that good of a coach, and all you needed to do was fix up the defense a little bit. Like, the over/under going into this year, I said, like, I can't. It was 6.5 on some betting sites, 7.5 on other betting sites. He's 8-2, y'all. He's 8-2.
You'd have made some money if you listen to us. Or listen to me.
Listen to AROD, because I was, for the first time in my life, I finally doubted Mike Tomlin, because even I thought the mountain was too high.
Telling you now, lock it in next year. Whatever they had of it.
If they come in with AROD 14 wins, all right, maybe not. But even then, you never know.
He said, 17-game season, I'll get you 18 wins.
So between I want to kind of combine these two games, right? Because to me, two things happened with the Steelers and Ravens game, and then the Bills and the Chiefs game. To me, those are the four best teams in the AFC. And we saw a little flip-flopping happen in that game, in between those two games. With the Steelers and Ravens, what I watched was Mike Tomlin solidify head coach of the year, lock it in, doesn't matter. Solidify any doubt that he's ever had about, he's just let's get rid of him. Like Steelers fans be getting so cranky. I'm like, y'all don't know how good y'all have it. AROD would kill, sacrifice to have this kind of consistency in his life.
I'm gonna name my firstborn Mike, man.
I ain't even Mike Tomlin, because Mike is too generic. I'm naming my firstborn Tomlin, dog.
Mikey T.
His dude solidified whatever doubt you had, solidified it. And how'd you go with the Steelers in that game on the money line? That was a plus 145. Nice, right? Flip it on over to the Bills. As Mike Tomlin took over as the solidified coach of the year and all that shit, we might have finally seen. I tweeted Josh Allen snatching that chain. Remember Mike? Remember T.I. and ATL? He snatched a chain from old girl.
Who?
Yeah, doo. Josh Allen snatched that shit from Lamar for a week, and we were talking about like pecking order last week, power ranking last week. I don't remember how we had it slotted, but now we got. I know head to head, Lamar beat him, so cool. But it's not about what you did before; it's what you done for me lately. And you know the NFL, the media voters get bored. The way this swung over to Josh Allen to me from an MVP standpoint, you slay the undefeated dragon of the Kansas City Chiefs. You do it you do it with another Superman run. Like the shit Josh Allen does when he's on is like, damn, this dude's fucking incredible, dog. It's the mental shit he does when he's not on. It's like you, Vic, and Sammy. Oh, he's overrated.
He is.
He's not overrated.
He is overrated, bro. He is.
But
I'm gonna look at his numbers in that game. Keep talking.
Look at those two games, and I want you to kind of give your breakdown of the Steelers-Ravens game and then the Bills Chiefs game.
I mean, I want to look at Josh Allen's stats real quick in that game.
And then Patrick Mahomes stats.
Patrick Mahomes is having a down year. We know that, but they know.
Hey, you gotta go and beat the man to beat a man, right? There's a house of horrors for Josh Allen too. It's called. Listen, we got AROD. I need you to be objective. I know you don't like the dude, but you gotta be honest with what your eyes are telling you. The shit was amazing, dog.
262, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 55 yards, 1. Okay, I'll give it to him. He had a good game. I'll give him that. I won't lay down on the Josh Allen thing now. But I'm telling you, man, like regular season is regular season. When we get to the playoffs, it's a whole new game.
Talk about the games. Don't talk about the playoffs. We talk about what you saw this weekend.
Hey, what I saw Josh Allen do was good. He beat at some point, all good things have to come to an end. The undefeated season, like we said last week, is a tough thing to do. It is hard. It is hard. And this is the matchup that the world and the NFL is giving us to say this is the Peyton Manning, Tom Brady bowl right here all over again 2.0. This is what we want to see. And we got good football watching that. Why it wasn't the primetime game, I don't know. But, it's not my job to do that. That would have been my primetime game, to be honest with you, instead of watching the Commanders and whoever the fuck they played.
Commanders in Philly on Thursday.
Yeah. What was the
Cincinnati and Chargers? That was a great game.
Yeah, but would you have rather tuned in to watch Kansas City and Buffalo or that? Because Burrow,
you know why? For what it's worth, Tony Romo is meant to call those games. Every great Kansas City game that we've watched and Bills game over the last few years, it's been Tony Romo and whatever his name is. I can't think of it. Kevin Harlan. Is it Kevin Harlan? No, it's whoever. It's always going to be a Tony Romo game. Just like back when Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were on Fox, and the Cowboys were playing at 425, you're going to get Joe Buck and I don't want to hear Chris Collinsworth call that game
We don't see the white Jay-Z call it.
I
So
don't want to hear Chris Collinsworth call that game. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it.
I don't know. But anyways, it's all good things have to come to an end. Josh Allen got the better of him here, but I'm just saying, wait down the road and see what happens. And then Baltimore, Pittsburgh, same thing I preach in day out. Divisional game. Mike Tomlin knows how to get in the house of horrors of people when he needs to do it. It's just what Mikey T does, man. Like, and then you got Patrick Reno over there thinking these guys didn't even want me back.
And that's what I mentioned last week. The chip on the shoulder of these hoes in Pittsburgh, that chip was fucking big, bro.
And to all you clowns, the beginning of the season that were like, Russ is done, Russ ain't it, he's not getting the starting job back. They're going with Justin Fields. Shame on you. You're an idiot. You're probably the biggest idiot in the world to think that wasn't going to happen. Because I was just sitting there like, you're dumb. This guy's won Super Bowls, and Justin Fields is literally job. Yeah, Super Bowl. But Justin Fields is literally playing for his job and trying to show why he can still start in the NFL. And he's a great backup, don't get me wrong. But
can we be honest here? I mean, Russell Wilson, 205 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 pick. He had a QBR. I don't even care about QBR, but his QBR was 14.4 compared to Lamar's 59.5. His quarterback rating was a 67.5. He didn't play that great in that game, but
it was a defensive game. It was a defensive game, if anything.
What we expect between these two teams. On top of the fact that I don't know what the hell was going on with kickers this weekend, but even Justin Tucker was not above reproach in this game. He even missed 2 kicks. We're talking about a completely different game had he made his 2 missed field goals or whatever. So, and then Derrick Henry only getting 13 carries. Right. We talk good about Pittsburgh. Baltimore. Bless you. Baltimore. They're to be like one of the teams in the AFC that we have to actually consider as a Super Bowl contender, obviously, right? What is the one thing that they're missing to get them over the top? Because to me, as good as this, I love Lamar, I love everything they got going on, and they have to see Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Still, they're not ready. And I'm like, what more do they need to do? In your opinion, what is it that they're missing that they're not able to come through where we need them to come through?
I could not answer that, man. Like, I feel like it's the most complete team in the NFL from top to bottom. I think in that game, they stayed away from running the ball. Like, if it doesn't work a few times, throw a couple passes and then mix. Look what happens with the Eagles every time. They give the ball to Saquon like 6 times in the first half. And then at the end, he ends up with he leaves the half with like 40 rushing yards and 6 yards. And then at the end, he's finished with 142 and 3 touchdowns. Like, it's like just what works. That guy is a monster. You brought him there for a reason. He ain't in Dallas because Jerry Jones couldn't afford him. I couldn't afford that boy. He couldn't do it. So feed him. Feed him. That's all you got to do. That's the dumb thing to me. Is like when I watch the Eagles in the first half, my girl's losing her shit. She's like, why are they fucking giving Saquon the ball? Yada, yada, yada. And I'm like,
hey, it's the most simple shit in the world. I'll be sitting there, my hair is gray, watching this fucking football team. I'm like, hand the ball off.
Wait till this happens to you when you're a Jets fan. Wait till this happens to you when you're a Jets fan.
Baltimore, oh yeah, it's there. It's there. That's why I shave. Baltimore, 13 carries. The score was 18-16, not 45-10, where they needed to just pass the ball. 13 carries. Make that shit make sense. Like, that's the shit that gets on my nerves.
And they lost because they got outcoached. That is what happened in the end. And even Mike knew it. He said, fuck it. They're not going to run it, and we can run it. Najee Harris hasn't played for a contract. He's got to do something.
Najee had 18 carries. Jalen Warren had 9 carries. Russ ran for Cordell Patterson. They even brought Justin Fields in at the end of the game just to rub it in their fucking face. They said, yeah, we're going to bring Justin Fields in now. Like, yo, the coaching, that shit was a masterclass what Mike Tomlin did, because he wasn't going to outperform you with talent on the field. He's like, bro, I'm smarter than you, bro. I am better than you. So, where Mike Tomlin exceeded as a head coach, that's why he to me is going to be coach of the year. And then you look at defense
still, and he'll get snubbed still. I'm telling you.
There's no way this year, absolutely not. Defensive player of the year. Do you want to know
it as a first year in?
That's a dangerous one. It's a dangerous one. He got the complexion for the connection. That's a dangerous one. But defensive player of the year, TJ Watt. If you go on Hard Rock, try to bet him right now. Minus 160, TJ Watt. The next closest person is plus 1,000 Chris Jones. TJ Watt is running away with defensive player of the year. So look at those two combinations of TJ Watt, Mike. What I talk about? GM, ownership, coach, and a quarterback. Mike Tomlin, and even when Justin Fields was starting at the beginning of the year, Mike Tomlin believed in Russ. Russ believed in Tomlin. Even Fields believes in Tomlin because they said, "Yo, get in the game and run these two plays so we can get the hell out of here with the dub." Justin Fields did not cry. He was like, "All right, bet, let's go." That is a connection that you cannot break, and that's the difference between what you're going through and what you see in Pittsburgh. Baltimore, they got the same shit going for them. So as bad as it looks, Lamar, Harbaugh, and you know what they got going on in the front office, they're on the same page.
They're on the same page. They just got out coached. Do what you know how to do.
But it happens too much with Baltimore. They get out coached a lot in big moments.
It happens. They lose against teams they should beat. It just happens. It happens. It's what happens. But like, wash your hands. Go next week and beat the dog shit out of whoever you play next, man.
They
play Monday night or Thursday.
We talk about coach of the year. They play the Chargers next. If Harbaugh goes and beats Baltimore, whew, all right. We got those guys get out the way. Derek Carr took care of business against Jameis Winston. Taysom Hill had an amazing game for fantasy football people. So
next week.
But I do want to say, because like we start the year off with the Saints 2-0, like, oh shit. Then they go through some bullshit. People getting called out in the media, blase. They fired the head coach. And now Derek Carr is back. I'm not saying that they turned it around, but like, what am I supposed to feel about this team? Because I don't really have I don't know what, like the whole AFC and NFC South. Outside of the Texans, it's such a fucking shit show, dog. It's like, I don't know what is what.
What's the meme of like The Office with the guys with the fake guns pointing them at each other? It's like that with everybody there, man.
And we've been talking about this on this show for a couple years now. The South is like the
messy.
It's been like that since the Civil War, y'all. The South is just the South. But what am I supposed to make of this Saints team? Like, am I supposed to be like, okay, you know, maybe they have some hope, or
a good. I was talking with one of my friends who's a Saints fan on Sunday when I got a little bit of time away to watch a little bit of football and catch up with him, and he's just like, they had to get the head coach up out of there.
Yeah,
like, he liked him. He was throwing people under the bus, not taking accountability, throwing us all under the bus, and that's just not what you need from a head coach, and that's appointed from a Sean Payton too. This guy's gonna be good. No, he's not. We saw what he did with the Raiders, flamed out real quick. Good defensive coordinator, not a good head coach though. So,
do you want to know a crazy stat? Atlanta leading that division at 6-5. They are, if you look at their points for and points against, they are minus 30. Leading the division, and they're minus 30. Do you know that the New Orleans Saints are +2, and the Bucks are +13, and the Carolina Panthers are -143? I don't understand this shit.
Make it make sense, please.
It don't make no sense. All right. And then we got the Chiefs and Bills. All right, Bengals and Chargers. We got to talk about this real quick because I'm looking at two teams.
Bengals and Chargers.
That's what I said.
Charlotte.
I didn't say Charlotte. I said Chargers.
Oh, you said Charlotte.
You listen. You listen this slow. What did he say?
We go to San Fran too, or no?
I ain't talk. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to the West. I'm in the West Coast now. I'm talking about the AFC West, the AFC West first. All right, I'm fine in the West. All right,
All right, Josh, show me a gun.
Bengals and Chargers. All right, we got a quarterback in Cincinnati who I feel so bad for because the dude, if you look at
the wide receiver too,
and you look at his stats, you be like, yo, this dude Joe Burrow is crazy. And you look at the record. Oh shit, they 4-7. Oh my god. Oh my god, they 4-7. And then you look at the Chargers. We're talking about coach of the year candidates. Definitely Harbaugh has got to be right there, right there. Not he ain't Tomlin, but he's there. First year taking over the franchise. Herbert has gone through some bullshit since he's been there. He got the starting job because Tyrod Taylor got stabbed in the chest by his own team. Got stabbed in the chest. He been in and out the lineup though with injuries, and they had him throwing 80 times a game. Now,
shut up.
Now, J.K. Dobbins coming off of 45 injuries. I'm good in the West. Gus Edwards, I'm fine in the West. Quentin Johnson, all of a sudden, I know how to play football again. Will Disley, shout out to him. He helped me in fantasy football this weekend with no Sam Laporta, no K-Dot. And I said, I got to pick up somebody. Will Disley did his thing. They drafted this white boy receiver from Georgia, Lambeau. My boy is nice, dog. They got LA got him and Cooper Kupp. No, it's like, no, they got this shit. They got this shit right over there in Cali. And they got Purcell in San Francisco. God damn. They got the white boy receiver down pat in California. And they sitting pretty in the West. They are currently what is their record? They are 7-3. Obviously, they're 2 games behind the Chiefs. But what I'm seeing from this football team, we talk about net points, right? They are plus 75. And shout out to the Broncos too. They're even in the positive. They plus 52. They were 6-5. Sean Payton took over that shit. Russ was probably the problem with the Broncos, but cool, they figured it out. But the Chargers, they 75 net points. They're plus 75 net points. The Chargers and the Chiefs are only plus 49 net points. And we talk about defenses. The Chargers have a better defense than the Chiefs, and the Chiefs to me is that's what their team is built on, is that they have a good defense now and a kind of subpar offense. The Chargers, they run the ball, they pass when they got to, they play a good defense. They let the Bengals back in the game, but they got the dub. So we got 2 teams going in different directions. I know how we feel about the Bengals on this show. I wish Vic was on so we can talk about his sweetheart Bengals a little bit better. But what do you between those two? Are you more impressed with what the Chargers are doing, or more disappointed with what the Bengals are not doing?
It's a bit of both, to be honest with you.
You gotta swing. You gotta swing one way. Sorry, will you swing my way?
I'd probably be more impressed with the Chargers in the short span that they have, and they've fixed Justin Herbert, not relying on him to do all the stuff and bringing in, I thought, which was a lackluster running back committee, but it's been pretty good for them. So I didn't expect this team to be that good. It's the same shit they rolled out there last year with a couple new faces, and it's working. They got rid of the household names. Now you're gonna have some new household names. So in true Chargers fashion, it's tear it down and build it up real quick, and they're doing a good job of it. They nailed the hire. They definitely nailed the hire, that's for sure.
Which should give you some hope, bro. It's like just like that. Think about it. Look how we were shitting on the Chargers. We were shitting on the Chargers literally a year ago to this day. Literally, the Chargers are a mess. They fired the coach, and then the Raiders went and beat them like, what was it, like 52-14 on Thursday Night Football? It was insane. So look what could happen overnight.
Not with this team.
No head coach, no GM. They went and got the GM and the head coach. Luckily, they had the quarterback in place.
This team will not do that. I'm telling you. We'll go get what's the Lincoln Riley. We'll go hire Lincoln Riley, and I'll be fucking sawing my head off.
Okay. What if you like USC? Like, you know, what if y'all bring Sam Darnold back? Y'all get a little connection.
They'll take everything away, bro. Like I know this team. Let's wrap it up with the other West. Let's wrap it up with the other West team.
Okay. So the Eagles won on Thursday Night Football, right? So I didn't get to really enjoy my NFL weekend like everybody else because, my week was good already. But to watch the 49ers and the Cowboys lose, nothing makes me happier, dog. Those two teams, nothing makes me happier. I did not think Gino would be able to go on the road and do this, but I should have known because, I don't believe in Brock Purdy. And I want to start right there because y'all be hyping up Brock Purdy too much. And I told you I don't see it. All right. I don't know who to blame. I know Gino, they try to write him off, but they try to, he right back. But Brock, you got Juwan Jennings, your boy. You got Deebo Samuel. You got George Kittle. You got McCaffrey back. What?
Kittle ain't play.
Cool. What are your excuses? I don't care. You're 5-5. Blame injury is cool. What are your excuses, Brock? Is Brock him? Is Brock really him?
I don't think he's really him. I think he's just what fits what they need for the team. That's what it is. He's not a top 5 quarterback to me.
They're about to pay him like that.
Oh, they're going to because there's an idiot born every day, and that's what they did. Right. Jimmy G. Look, how long Jimmy G stay there for?
Jimmy G's not even. Is he in the league anymore? But it's crazy, bro. I love San Francisco. All right, I gotta say something. We talk shit about the Cowboys all the time, right? The 49ers ain't done shit since before the Cowboys. Why ain't nobody talking about the 49ers like that? Huh? Why ain't nobody talking about them? Bunch of bums over there in San Francisco. You can tell them I said it. They ain't done shit since 1993. Shit. Fuck out of here. What are y'all talking about? Like, maybe, we make it to the Super Bowls, though. Cool, you lost. Oh, well, we have Brock Purdy. He's trash. Oh, we have Jeff Garcia. Garbage. Oh, we drafted Alex Smith. Stupid. Could have had Aaron Rodgers. Drafted Alex Smith. Stupid. All I want to say is that we give a lot of shit to Jerry Jones, and that's because Jerry Jones is loud. But the 49ers have been just as fucking disappointed, too. So I want to hear all the bullshit about, they ain't done shit either. So I'm sorry. It's just fun to watch the 49ers and the Cowboys.
Stand corrected on this. Jimmy Garoppolo is the backup in with the Rams, and Carson Wentz is in Kansas City.
Isn't that beautiful? I love this shit, dog. I love this shit. Meanwhile, because the West, I look at the NFC West, and it's like, all right, the Cardinals, you make fun of the Cardinals all the time, but look, they doing what they got to do. You always tell me shit don't smell right in Arizona. The shit is smelling right in Glendale right now. So kudos to them. Rams 5-5, Seahawks 5-5, 49ers 5-5. So we're looking at a very average division right now. So I don't really want to spend my time talking about them, right? Carson Wentz, though, that's funny that you mentioned it because he got drafted in the same draft as Jared Goff. And we gotta end this shit on a positive note with a team that is doing their shit. I don't care who they beat. Detroit, they don't give a fuck. You play a bottom feeder team, you play down to their level, right? Last week, I did my power rankings. Who had the balls to put the Lions number 1? I did. And I stick by it. And even with Philly doing what we doing, I look forward to seeing them in the NFC Championship game. That would be a nice, ideal situation for me, and I still believe that. But I don't want to play that team. Damn. They don't give a fuck. It's like all the years of losing that they've had, it's like, they got bullied for a long time. And they brought the gun. They brought the gun, dog. I'm sorry that I had to say it this way. But they got bullied for a long time. And they brought the trench coat with the gun. And they got the dude at head coach who's with the shits. They don't give a fuck, dog. We let the Jags sit around, feel good about themselves, right? Oh, let's get cute. Let's try this. Dan Campbell? No, we're going to beat their fucking ass. And I watched that team. I'm like, yo, that's the best oil machine I have seen in a long time. Jameer Gibbs. It's like, pick your poison for fantasy, right? they all gonna eat. It don't fucking matter. Jameson Williams, Amara St. Brown, Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jared Goff. They don't fucking matter. It don't matter. And that's why and we talk about MVP, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Ain't nobody talking about this dude, Jared Goff. Jared Goff is killing these hoes.
With his 5 interceptions, too, in one game.
It didn't even matter. He had a bad game, they won. He said, all right, cool.
8 touchdowns or whatever.
He said, cool. I'll see y'all next week. Detroit, and I love the fucking Eagles, obviously. I want us to win the Super Bowl. But if anybody else can win the Super Bowl this year, and I won't be even remotely even cry about it, oh my God, I hope the Detroit Lions win the Super Bowl this year. No team in this NFL, not the Jets, not anybody, deserves the Super Bowl more than the Lions. Because I lived in Detroit, and I said, nah, I'm good. I couldn't even be a fan of that football team. I said, I'm good. And that's because of how trash that organization was. So for how you're feeling right now, Mr. New York Jet, just know all you need is a daily.
I'm a free agent, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
I used to be. I was a free agent when we drafted a Charger. He's now a Charger. Go figure. What's that? Jalen Reagor. I was a free agent too. But guess what? We turned it around right away. So
this team
it's okay, dog.
It's not gonna happen. Not with this team. It's not. All right, let's do our pick'ems now. Come on.
But I just want to say, shout out to Jared Goff, Dan Campbell, your boy. You've been spot on with this whole shit. Shout out to the whole Detroit. Shout out to 7 Mile Road. Shout out to Manning Drive, Frankfurt Drive. Shout out to everybody.
Fuck that. The shout out to Dan Campbell and that organization for believing in somebody. Believing in somebody, because we are quick to discard things very quickly if it doesn't work. You know, you got a small window in with a team, and if you don't do it, you don't do it. And Jared Goff was a little bit rocky in the beginning, but he's found his calling the last 2 years. So,
and if we look at a lot of these teams that are leading their divisions, Russell Wilson, they didn't believe him no more. Let's see, Jared Goff, they didn't believe him no more. Sam Darnold, they didn't believe in him no more. Kirk Cousins, for what it's worth, they didn't believe in him no more. Baker Mayfield, for what it's worth, they didn't believe in him no more. It's like Kyler Murray. No, the media have been trying to get rid of Kyler Murray for months and years. Oh, he plays too much Xbox. Hey, he looks good in the West. So, it's all about believing in what you got. So, shout out to these teams. But let's do our pick'ems real quick. Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. -175 Minnesota, +145 at home. Chicago Bears. They had a tough loss last week. Chicago could have won that game very easily. They would have made a field goal that they didn't block. I think, they started to kind of turn. It's hard with a rookie quarterback to really evaluate a team. And then Minnesota is still so fresh. So it's like, I don't know what I'm trying to see here. But then you look, they're 8-2. So it's like, well, shit, they're doing something right. So it seems like an easy game, but I don't think it's that easy personally. But what you got?
I don't think Eberflus has that locker room, man. I just don't think he does. I'm taking Minnesota, man. I want to pick the Bears because it's at home. It's a divisional game. I feel like it's going to get messy, but I don't think Eberflus is the right guy for that, and I don't think that it's not a good matchup for them.
I don't think he's the right guy, but we fall in love with Hard Knocks, and we do this shit every year. Like, you got to root for the Hard Knocks guy. And again, I don't think Eberflus is the right guy, but for whatever reason, my body is telling me, yeah. I'm picking the Bears to win this football game. They've lost 4 games in a row. Talking about giving up on a player, right? Anthony Richardson, for example. I'm sorry, Jets. They gave up on the dude.
People are like, he's done. I'm like,
I thought he was done in Indianapolis.
No.
And boom. So
sometimes you gotta spank the kid and say, don't do that again. And
I think Caleb is going through it a little bit. And you're a USC football fan, and I think he's going through it a little bit. I think they still got the guys, bro. Like we look at it on paper, Keenan Allen, Roman Doomsday, DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift. Roshan John. I gotta believe in that. So I think 4 games in a row is a lot. To lose a 5th would be crazy to me for the expectations that we had. So I'm gonna rock with the Chicago Bears on this one.
Okay.
All right. Hey, we talking about the Cardinals, Arizona at the Seahawks. This is basically in Vegas a pick'em game. Minus 115 Arizona, minus 105 Seahawks. I think the spread was like minus 1 plus 1 whatever. So it's a coin flip here. Arizona has won 4 in a row. Very impressive victory that Geno Smith just had over the 49ers on the road. It's a big game. Every game that the NFC West plays from here on out, they're separated by a paper clip. Like it's like this is thin. So every game matters. We're at Seattle. We're the 12th man. So what you got?
Give me Geno, man. I'm sorry I bet against you last week, man. I was one of the ones that didn't respond. I didn't write back. I like Geno Smith in this one. 4 wins is a lot for the Cardinals. I think now you're gonna play against a divisional team and see what it's like. So
you know what? We gonna differ again on this one.
All right.
I know I picked against Geno last week, and I was like, damn, my bad, Geno. But you know what? Kyler Murray has impressed me. So I'm gonna ride this wave, bro. I'm gonna ride this Kyler Murray wave and see where it takes me. I got Marvin Harrison in 2 fantasy leagues, so I'm just kind of hoping that Marvin Harrison goes off. So let's go, Marvin Harrison.
I think CJ Stroud, and I'm starting Geno Smith this week too. So
I got Jackson Smith and Jigba as well, so I need him to do well too. But I'm a rock and roll with the Cardinals in this one. All right, another team in the West, the 49ers at the Packers. This rivalry it's a rivalry, whether you want to admit it or not. It is a rivalry. It's always been like that. 49ers are underdogs in this game, plus 115 at Jordan Love's Green Bay Packers. Green Bay, they're on a 1-game winning streak. They're 7-3. It's crazy how good the NFC North is right now. But yeah, only game back in Minnesota and 2 games back in Detroit. Whereas San Francisco is in a must-win situation every week, like we talk about in the West. I don't believe in Brock Purdy, but here we are. Is Kittle playing next week? Do you know?
He's questionable, but he's gonna play.
All right, who you got?
I'm going San Fran. As dominant as we were thinking the Packers were at home, they lost a few at home. And what has San Francisco lost? Like 2 in a row or 3 in a row, something like that?
San Francisco, they've only lost one. They've only lost 1 game.
All right, I think
they're 3-2 in their last 5. Green Bay is 4-1 in their last 5.
I think San Fran will win this one. I think it'll be a tight one though.
I'm with you with this one. I feel like there is there's a sense of urgency that the 49ers need to have. And, if it's going to come down to coaching, I think LaFleur is a good coach, but Shanahan, to me, it has to come down to coaching in this game. So I'm going to rock with Shanahan here. The game that we talked about earlier, a huge one, Baltimore Ravens at the LA Chargers. Baltimore, they tend to bounce back after disappointing games. And Chargers, they've been we talked about it last week, quietly just riding under the radar, and they put themselves in a position at 7-3, if I'm not mistaken. 7-3. They've won 4 in a row as well. They're 4-1 in their last 5. So what you got?
Hardball all over again.
Oh shit! I didn't even fucking think about that. It's the Hardball, bro. Oh, and which brother won the first time?
Just another California team going at it again. I'm going with Big Bro on this one. I'm going with the Ravens. I like Lamar's chances here.
Is he Big Bro?
Yeah, he's Big Bro. I thought he was a young.
He looks younger to me.
He does.
He's been a head coach for a while now in Baltimore, and he doesn't age. Whereas, I don't know, it's crazy.
Michigan, that's why.
Hey, man, that college shit crazy. College shit's crazy. He had to deal with Connor Stallions. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Big Bro too. Then Barack Lamar on this one. Even though I love my boy. I love my head coach, but Michigan is trash now, so it's kind of heartbreaking to see them play so well with the Chargers. But I'm gonna rock with the Ravens with this one. And then normally I try not to put my teams or your team on these because it's you got to make a choice. Luckily, y'all's on a bye week, so y'all get to chill.
We'll probably lose that too.
No. You saw that? I saw that with FSU though. FSU was on a bye week this past week, and they had FSU losing their bye week like 13 and like 126 points. It was crazy. It's funny as hell. But we are favored at the LA Rams in Sunday Night Football. Not gonna lie. Every time we play the Rams, I'm always concerned, and we find a way to beat the Rams a lot. But Carson Wentz, ever since he tore his ACL in that game against the Rams, and we had to rock with Nick Foles for the rest of that year, to me, there's been like this thing. I don't know. It's like this thing in the air for me when it comes to the Rams. But we are favored at the Rams. I'll let you go first, obviously, on this one, and I'll let you know how I feel.
Man, give me the Birds, bro. I'm a fair weather fan, or I'm becoming a fair weather fan of this team.
Listen, man.
I'm a huge Saquon Barkley fan. I can finally root for him, and I'm so happy that he's up out of the mess. I gotta sit there and tell my girl all the time how lucky she has to be, not just to have me in her life, but to have Saquon Barkley there. Okay, it is a luxury. It is a luxury.
Every day, I go to work or I go home or whatever. I know this is obviously a time. Go ahead and put this bitch on real quick. Every time I watch Saquon Barkley get the football, or he's mic'd up, or he does an interview like on the Pivot podcast, or he's on the Thursday Night Football and he's doing an interview and they say, "Thank you, Giants." I just sit there and I'm like, we don't deserve you. How did we get so lucky to get? It's like I've watched this Philadelphia Eagles. I've been a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles since 2000, when Allen Iverson came into my life. At the same time, the Eagles came into my life. At the same time, it was just a match made in heaven for me. I hated New York. I was living in New York, and I wanted something that was different. And I was like, you know what? I want to be a fan of that team. They got a black quarterback. Allen Iverson was my favorite player. It just made sense, right? All these years, we were blessed with T.O. We were blessed with this guy and that guy and this guy. We had never had a dude like this before, though. This is insane that a team would give up on somebody like this. So I just want to say shout out to the New York Giants. I really am so sorry that y'all going through what y'all going through, but we appreciate it, dog. We really do appreciate it. And the GM over there in New York, all that kiki you was doing, hey, who's it? What's the Rams? What's the quarterback of the Rams name? Stafford, Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. It don't matter. Birds in 5. Give me the Birds, baby. Give me the Birds. We're probably gonna lose the game though because we're dudes for a loss. But give me the Birds because I'm not gonna pick against my team, and that's that. All right, now I'm on a high right now. Let me get myself back down to earth real quick because I do got to talk about the 76ers real quick because I have to. All right. First and foremost, let's check the score of this basketball game. Are we still losing? Because if we're still losing to the Memphis Grizzlies, we're losing by 19 points to the Memphis Grizzlies. I put a 12-leg parlay together tonight. And I bet you that's going to be the only leg that does not hit, is me picking the Sixers to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. We have Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey that were all healthy to play tonight. And we are losing 109-91 as we're speaking to a Ja Morant-less Memphis Grizzlies. And that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to take off this Eagles shit real quick because now I'm pissed off. All right.
A defeated man, ladies and gentlemen.
You was talking about how you feel about the Jets. Cool, bro. I get it. It's cool to make the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. But for fucking what?
Paul George is 2 points.
So he got 2? Don't fucking lie to me. Don't you fucking sit here and lie to me.
He has 2 points.
Okay.
That's 2 points.
Okay. Here. He's taking 6 shots. He only played 17 minutes. Is he hurt? Like what the fuck? All right, listen. Oh my god, bro. Just when I thought it was bad, I was going to tell you guys, I am not a 76ers fan anymore. Okay? I became a 76ers fan because of Allen Iverson, my favorite basketball player my favorite athlete of all time. Okay? I stuck with it. We got Iguodala. I like Iguodala a lot. We got Lou Williams. I like Lou Williams a lot. I stuck with it. I stuck with it through trust the process. I stuck with it through Glenn Rivers. I stuck with it with James Harden. I stuck with it with Jimmy Butler. I've tried and tried and tried and tried. I can't do this shit no more, bro. If Tyrese Maxey, for whatever reason, is not a Sixer, just know I'm hanging up my Sixers colors forever. I cannot take this shit anymore. I cannot believe how horrible. Actually, no, I can believe how horrible this organization is. You know why? Because we thought trust and process was going to work. Drafted Nerlens Noel. Where is he at? Jaleel Okafor. Where is he at? Ben Simmons, scared to shoot the ball. Now Joel Embiid, cheeseburger eating ass, can't get fucking healthy, getting called out by Tyrese Maxey already. Paul George got 2 fucking points right now. I cannot stand Nick Nurse. I cannot stand Daryl Morey.
He got a hyper extension in his knee.
Oh, so he's hurt again. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, makes sense. 6. Uh-huh. I am done with this team. Like, there's no rabbit hole for me to go down. This team is garbage. We have a team-only meeting that gets leaked to the media 5 minutes after the fucking team-only meeting already happens. What the fuck is a team-only meeting that gets leaked that quickly? All of a sudden I see Big Post shares an article. Oh, the Indiana Pacers are favored to go. Fuck it, go get them. Go get them. I don't care. I'm so done with this organization. Daryl Morey is garbage. I knew that from Houston. I've been saying that for years. Thank you for proving my point. Paul George, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Jeremy Kane, cool. I'm happy you drafted him. He's cool, TikToking all over the place, painted fingernails and all that shit. He's leading candidate for Rookie of the Year. Don't fucking matter. It ain't gonna win us no basketball games. Yabusele, he dunked on LeBron. Everybody went crazy. All right. He ain't winning no games for us. Aaron Gordon, he ain't doing shit. Kelly Oubre, we benched him. He ain't doing shit. Reggie Jackson, could never stand him in my life. Why we got him? I can't stand this basketball team. You've never seen the Jets win a Super Bowl in your life. I've never seen the Eagles win the Sixers win the championship in my life. We won one NBA Finals game in my life, and it was the greatest day of my life. That was 23 years ago. I can't do this shit no more. So, all that to say this: if I lose my parlay tonight by 1 game and it's the Sixers, I promise you from here on out, I'm hanging it all up, bro. I'm done. I can't do it no more. So that's my temperature check. We're not gonna make the playoffs this year. Tear it all down, bring it all up. I am a free agent. LeBron is only gonna be in the league for so much longer. Shout out to Dalton Connect. Shout out to LeBron James. Shout out to Anthony Davis. But for the rest of this season, I just want y'all to know I am a Los Angeles Lakers fan. I don't want to hear it. I don't give a fuck what y'all say about me. Cool. I am an LA Lakers fan. Not even just I used to use the caveat. No, I'm just a LeBron fan. Wherever he goes, I go, which is cool. That's how it's been. Miami, Cleveland, LA. I'll rock with him there. I did the same thing with Iverson. Philly, Denver, Memphis, Detroit, Greece, wherever he was at, I rock with. That's just how I am. I'm loyal to my guys. I am no longer loyal to the Sixers. So fuck them, okay? I am loyal to my guys. LeBron is my guy. Maxey's my guy. I am, like I said, you root for the players. I'm rooting for Tyrese Maxey to be happy and successful, and I'm rooting for LeBron. And that is it. So I am done. That is it. I'm done with this shit, dog. Cause I'm not gonna let this shit ruin my life no more, dog. I don't need this shit, dog. I don't need this shit. So if y'all want to send me Sixers shit, okay. Thank you. I might just respectfully tuck it away somewhere, but I appreciate it. I got the Joel Embiid jersey that still got the tag on it. I might sell it before he's gone. So yeah, that's all. That's all I gotta say, man. And we can go into the NBA and talk about some shit. I had a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about with the NBA, but you know what? We just gonna say that shit for next week. Yeah, we just gonna say that shit for next week because it's like, what did we do to deserve this, AROD? Like, what did the Jets? Why are the Jets the way they are, and why? Whose situation? If you had to be objectively speaking, like me objectively speaking, I would probably say y'all situation is probably a little bit worse. Y'all situation, but then again, I don't know.
Make the playoffs at least. You
But
give.
what does it do?
But listen, it doesn't matter. At least the opportunity to go to the next round. At least you do that.
Lose.
But at least you got there, okay?
Watch Kawhi Leonard hit a shot and make Joel Embiid cry his soft ass up.
You gotta bite the bullet on, bro. That is an iconic shot that you will see forever and will haunt your dreams.
No. I don't see it forever. Every time they show it, I have not seen that shot since then. Do you know I've not seen that shot since then?
Saying that is a shot that will be remembered forever.
Lucky ass fucking shot.
It was, but
that was my championship. He stole that from me.
It's unfortunate, man, but that's just what it is, man. That's how the cookie crumbled that year, and it sucks. But I mean, the Sixers, at least they can make the playoffs and have the opportunity to play for a championship. Yes, they come up short.
Play for a what?
Play for a championship, but they come up short. Don't get me started. I haven't seen a Jets. Listen, you know how fun it is every Sunday to go watch football with your friends and get drunk and eat wings and chill out and do shit. And then there's me, the Jets fan there. Everybody's like, "Hey, how's your season going?" Oh, there's the idiot friend over there who roots for that team, and I'm just like, I'm here to watch sports. I'm just here to watch sports with y'all. That's what I'm here to do. Okay, let's talk fantasy. Check your fantasy shit during the game so y'all can lose. You know?
I never check my fantasy during the game. That's the cardinal sin for me. You check that shit at 8:00 p.m.
For the game, and then the witching hour, and then
no, the witching hour is too much stress. Cause like, what can you control? You can't control shit.
You can't see, but you can make sure someone in the lineup that you need to put, and that's it. That's the only thing you do. The witching hour. But other than that,
yeah, I got you.
Sundays suck for me, man. You know what my favorite thing to do on Sunday is? Get up at like 8:00 and watch soccer. That is what I like to do. And then when the NFL comes on, I'm like, back to sleep.
But you know what? At least it's only once a week. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. I gotta see this bum ass team. We are in last place in the NBA. We're the worst team in the league.
What did I tell you about Paul George?
What did I tell you about Paul George? Was I didn't come out here and say 14 wins, but we might have. Might finish the year.
Let's stop kicking a dead horse. Okay?
No. We might finish the year with only 14 wins, though. We might actually get 14 wins in Philadelphia.
I think it's unfortunate injuries. I think Paul George, like, his time has come. He's the last person in his draft class, by the way, the 2010 draft. He's the last person in that draft class. Okay?
He ain't really doing much with it.
And he ain't doing much. I think Paul George is just, at this point in his career, I know the kids love him. I don't know why they're such big fans of him, but at this point in his career,
oh my God,
shoot and hope it goes in.
None of my parlays in. Oh my God. Virginia Tech was a minus 1,600 to beat Jacksonville, and they lost by 10. You know what? Where can they? What? God damn. Do you have anything that you want let a naysayer know? Let's end on a positive note. What do you want to let your naysayers know right now?
When your team is doing bad, like mine is and like Kay's is right now, don't let the naysayers get in your ear and feed you the propaganda and pretend like they're your friends and say all these things just to get around to the corner to tell you your team sucks. Okay? Block that person out. Don't listen to their shit. Just go on about your day. And and watch Lamar run in a touchdown. Or watch LeBron go for a layup and score and yam on him. But don't listen to them. You've traveled very long, King. Rest here, weary traveler. It's okay.
Never give up. Naysayers. That's what y'all need. That's what y'all need to know. Never give up. Naysayers. I never gonna give up. I gave up on the team, but I ain't gonna give up on myself. And I do want to say one thing. All that hate naysayers that y'all doing with the Colorado Buffaloes and Deion Sanders. Y'all mighty quiet now, bitch. Y'all mighty quiet now. That's all I gotta say. He said we was coming. Pause. Oh, we here now. Now, with that being said, Deion, you better not take your ass to no damn Dallas Cowboys. Fuck all that. The Giants and the Cowboys, stay away from Shador Sanders. Stay away from Travis Hunter. Do not ruin those two people's lives. They deserve better. All right? And Deion, FSU. That's it. If you're not going to FSU, stay your ass in Colorado. That's all I got to say. So, AROD, what can they find us at?
You can find us at Twitter, @fair_weather_pod. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Search the Fair Weather Podcast, and where you subscribe and listen to podcast audio, search the Fair Weather Podcast. You can find us there. Take it away.
Man.
I got way too much off my chest today, man. Like,
you know what?
I feel like yours was way shorter than mine.
I will say, from my closing remarks, this is good for the soul, y'all. Sometimes you just need a sounding board to just get it off the chest. I'll be holding all this shit in sometimes. I know AROD be holding shit in sometimes. You gotta let that shit out. Gotta let it out. So I know the other day was International Men's Day. I didn't even know that was a thing. Shout out to us. We matter. Men, you guys matter, okay? Even though when they don't tell you don't matter, you matter. Mental health, it matters. Don't let sports be the reason why you hate your life, okay? You matter. And Mike Tomlin, just send me the paperwork, whatever you need. I am ready to help build the statue. I've already bought the material. I got some Timbs and some Dickies for you. We're gonna make it do what it do, Mikey T. That's all I got.
Roll Tide.
And yeah, roll Tide, I guess.